Amid this season's biggest theatrical releases and streaming debuts, there are plenty of independent movies that any good cinephile needs to make sure they check out. This month has already seen a couple of strong dramas, comedies, and horror films that are all effective in their own unique ways. Some of them are powerful documentaries about the state of the world, while others feature drag queen zombies. The scope of this month's releases highlight a number of filmmakers who may have never helmed a Marvel movie, but are still delivering terrific and impactful works. Here are 5 indie films from this month that every movie lover should check out. Queens of the Dead. Produced in part by IFC and Shudder, Queens of the Dead is a goofy riff on the zombie archetypes that nevertheless keeps true to its own unique spirit. When a zombie outbreak hits New York City, a drag queen bar finds itself in the midst of an undead uprising. Written and directed by Tina Romero, Queens of the Dead is a love letter not just to the works of George A. Romero but to various facets of gay culture. With an effortlessly charming cast, Romero's film finds plenty of room for dark comedy and grim zombie imagery. What makes the film truly special though is the emotional core, with Katie O'Brien and Jaquel Spivey's former friends finding a genuinely affecting dynamic. Hilarious and horrifying, Queens of the Dead is a must-watch for fans of scary movies and character-driven comedies alike. Queens of the Dead is now playing in select theaters. After All. From Brainstorm Media, After All is an emotionally affecting melodrama that highlights the challenges faced by different generations of women in America. Starring Erika Christensen, Penelope Ann Miller, and Kira Muhammad, After All focuses on the lingering tensions and painful secrets that have been pushing them away. Brought to life with an emotional sincerity, with Erika Christensen in particular delivering a knockout performance, After All is an emotional weepy that hits thanks to its committed and emotional cast. The dynamics between the 3 generations are all effectively emotional and, while it may look like a standard weepy from the outside, After All script by Jack Bryant steadily reveals itself to have a deeper complexity that makes it particularly compelling. For fans of emotional family dramas like Steel Magnolias, After All is an effective tearjerker. After All is now playing in select theaters, before coming to VOD on November 17th. Lurker. Directed by Alex Russell and available through Mubi, Lurker is a deeply unsettling and quietly compelling thriller about the cost of fame in the modern world. When an aspiring musician befriends a lonely retail employee in Los Angeles, their bond reveals new depths to their capacity for cruelty and selfishness. Written and directed by Alex Russell, Lurker has all the same unspoken anxiety and grounded approach that made his previous work on The Bear so effective. Especially once the film hits the second act, the fraying morality of the protagonists becomes increasingly dark but undeniably compelling. Ideal for audiences who love tense character portraits like Nightcrawler, Lurker is a film about the way fame can shape good people into beautiful monsters, and the society that celebrates them throughout that transformation. Not for the faint of heart, Lurker is grim, horrifying, and impossible to turn away from. Lurker is now streaming on Mubi. Orwell, 2 + 2 = 5. Filmmaker Rahul Peck is back with another unforgettable documentary courtesy of Neon, this time focused on the legacy of George Orwell. Orwell, 2 + 2 = 5 explores the legendary author's process through archival footage and diary excerpts, with Damian Lewis connecting it all with a powerfully compelling narration. The truly haunting quality of the film is the way Peck intersects the history of Orwell and the timeless quality of his books like 1984 with contemporary news stories that feel straight out of his dystopian writing. It's scarier than any horror film this year, with tight editing and direction keeping the documentary from ever feeling too introspective. Powerful and existentially terrifying, Orwell, 2 + 2 = 5 lands so much harder because of its willingness to cast the spotlight on our own complicity in allowing the things Orwell warned about come to pass. Even audiences who don't typically check out documentaries could benefit from some time in Orwell's world. Orwell, 2 + 2 = 5 is now playing in select theaters. If I Had Legs I'd Kick You. A likely Oscar contender, A24's If I Had Legs I'd Kick You is one of the best dramas of the year and a genuine tour de force from Rose Byrne. Focusing on a working mother who is increasingly at the end of her rope, If I Had Legs I'd Kick You benefits from tight direction and strong writing courtesy of Mary Bronstein. Only the second film directed by the filmmaker, Bronstein's keen focus and ability to blend heart-wrenching humanity and unexpected dark comedy from a tight cast highlights her impressive talents. Supporting turns from the likes of A$AP Rocky and Conan O'Brien ensure the film remains charming, even when it becomes increasingly somber and dark.